What's up, Leo? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have all the lions in the house, in the teacup. Welcome to my channel. We are going to do your monthly, I almost said love. We already did your love reading. We're going to do your monthly career and finances tarot spread. This is going to be second half of November into, we'll say roughly mid-December. As you all know, energy is free-flowing, though. It's hard to put a fixed start and stop date on it, so take only what resonates. I welcome you to come into this with an open heart and an open mind. Messages will sometimes resonate for you not only in a few hours, but in a few days, in a few weeks, even in a few months. I know we want the messages now. We want to, hear that message that strikes a chord with us, but I always say be open to receiving it later. It's meant to be delivered to you when it is supposed to. That being said, not everything I say will be for you, so it is up to you to use your own discernment and discretion on which messages are for you. You will know intuitively what those are. You don't need to be worried about it. If something clicks, it's your message, take it and run with it, and if not, you can release it, okay? Everything else is written in the description box below, everything you're going to want to know about this video, the decks I'm using, my social media channels, all that good stuff. What else? Happy Scorpio season. Happy Sagittarius season. I think we're a few days away from that. So by the time you're watching this, we're going to be in that nice fiery element that you guys thrive in. So I did Aries and Sag already, so I'm doing you third. Ooh, interesting. Good card. But yeah, I think you guys are going to be having a good month in that fiery Sagittarian energy. So let's see what the cards say. I'm going to stop rambling. All right, so my Leos, we're going to start you off with a universe card. I've done that for everybody else. What does the universe want to tell my Leos out there? I choose love no matter what. Following your heart, that's going to be important this month and into next. Interesting. And this, I don't know why this showed itself to me. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. Wow, so interesting. You have two cards that are encouraging you to look at things through the lens of love, right? To focus on who and what you love, and also like the love that you want to extend outward, from within. I know that's kind of cheesy, but it's like the goodness you want to put in the world. That's ultimately what the universe is going to reflect back at you. So yeah, like why not put some kick-ass vibrations out there, right? And manifest, right? What you put out, you'll get back. So let's put out the best versions of ourselves. All right, so your energy coming into this reading. 5 of air. All right, so it's a card of Aquarius, could also be Libra or Gemini. This is a tricky energy, right? We know 5s in tarot are not always the most pleasant. They are agents of change and chaos. So this is specifically with the sword suit. So air signs, as I said, our thoughts, our ideas, our communications. This is sometimes a card where somebody is trying to win at all costs, even to the point of severing a friendship, hurting somebody, again, with words or with harsh communications. But what's so key about this is that the person in the forefront of the card, they're not just like passively moving on from this argument or from this difficult situation, like they're paused. So with this, I frequently see an act in which a person almost immediately regrets it or feels remorse, or at minimum isn't certain about the decision, right? In this card, this rooster, right? Bohemian Animal Tarot, they hold the 2 of Swords, so that talks about a decision, a crossroads, again, some thought or something that you need to take action upon, a decision that needs to be made. It seems like a decision was made and this person isn't pleased about it, right? And then, yeah, whoever this is, they're having heartache, heart pains, right? The 3 of Swords are at the bottom of their feet. It's like they're trying to bridge the gap or get over that feeling of, like an awkward feeling, again, the 5, an awkward feeling of something they, I almost said resent. Something they regret, an action they took or something they said that maybe in the heat of the moment it felt right, but now they're actually starting to see the aftermath of what happened. And there's like, oh, maybe I should have done it differently. Maybe some of you quit your job and it's like you jumped too soon. Possible. The underlying energy is the 3 of Wands. All right, so there's that wand energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's fire, right? Actions that we took. This is the waiting for your ships to come in card. Yeah, somebody was sick of waiting. So it doesn't have to be as extreme as, giving your 2 weeks notice or giving your resume or literally like giving somebody the finger, like, peace, I'm out. it doesn't have to be something that dramatic, but yeah, I am getting with swords can be actions. Some sort of action was taken in haste. And now it's like you're looking at the results of either what's happened in the team dynamic potentially, or you did something again in the heat of the moment thinking it was going to bring your ships in, right? Thinking it was going to be the key that unlocks the door to abundance, to this, to happiness, to whatever. But you're left waiting. And I think, yeah, again, this doesn't have to be you. It could be someone in your life. But the energy that's coming up is like, it's a little bit like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have done that. That's sort of what's presenting. And I mean, maybe you're this person in the scenario, Leo, right? You know, take only what resonates, but interesting. All right, let's see what your challenge is going to be this month. We'll circle back to that and see what else comes from it, but so you have the carousel, forward movement. Yeah, it's like getting back on the horse. There was a little bit of a bump. There was like a hiccup and it stopped you in your path of movement forward. Literally, right? Like this person should be going about their business, taking action, continue walking, right? But they're not, they're paused. Literally the card of waiting, right? Waiting to see what the end results will be. Waiting to, it's almost like make peace with it. It's like before you can leave this situation and feel like there is completion, closing out cycles, right? In Scorpio season, feeling like you've closed out this cycle and done everything that needs to be done and like dot your I's and cross your T's, that expression, before you can move on. Sorry, the words are not coming to me, but like I can feel the energy of it. So it makes sense that your challenge is forward progression, the wheel, right? Forward movement of the chariot. And it like, look at this depiction of the chariot. It's a card of Cancer, by the way. You might be a Cancer, Leo, Cusper. You have that strong in your chart too. Could also be the person you're dealing with because it's coming up as your challenge or focus. It's like, oh, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to shut that off in a second. It's driving me nuts. It's anarchy. It's like the horses have fled the carousel and it's like somebody trying to like wrangle the children in, somebody trying to like tame the monkey or whatever it is. It's like things are out of whack, things are out of order, things are out of control. I'm sorry, I have to pause you real quick. Okay, Leo, I'm back. My phone alarm wasn't on silent, and so yeah, I was blowing up with text. Anyway, so let's look at this underlying energy for the carousel. We have the King of Wands. So the King of Career, I do like seeing that in a career spread. Fiery tempers, again, remorse, regret, wishing you hadn't said something or hadn't done something. It's like, I'm hearing the term something went up in flames, so I don't know if it's the big deal or like, you know, a project or a contract or a presentation or... I mean, even if you're in school, right? It could have been a presentation where it's like the team members on board couldn't deliver the product and it's like you're up in front of the class giving your speech or whatever and you literally can feel the energy of the room like it's going up in flames. This is not... So the interesting thing is, and I mean, this is your card, Leo, it's like you're sitting back and watching. You're not currently taking action. You're watching the circus, right? You're watching, it's like a zoo wherever you work or whatever this... It could even be like an application process or something. Yes, I don't know why this came through, but something about recruiting the right people. You may have brought on a team of workers or vendors that you thought it was going to work out, and then you brought them on, and it's like they don't know their ass from their elbow. Like they don't know what they're doing. So even in that sense, it could be regret about who you've hired. It could be something like that. So it doesn't have to be a nasty energy, but there is this idea of being stuck on the past on some sort of action or decision. Again, so how do we get you turned forward? How do we get you back on track? How do we get like the horses back on the carousel so that there's like harmony and things are just back in order the way like, almost like the way nature intended it to be. Well, I have a feeling something here is going to help. A little bit of love, a little bit of light, right? Coming in with compassion and healing energy, maybe. I'm just, you know, grasping at straws here, but that's sort of what's coming out to me. Someone is asking you for help and you know it. Or it could be the opposite. Somebody might not be asking you for help, but internally you feel it, or you know that you need to reach out and like step in and assist in the project. Could go either way. There is a little bit of stubborn energy here, Leo. So because it's coming up as your challenge or focus, it's like you getting involved in this situation again, that's going to be your challenge or focus. And I do sense that you don't want to be involved with these people. You don't want to be involved with this project. There's something about it, you just want to like wipe your hands of it and move on. But look at you though, like you can't. There's something that you're not able to separate yourself from this yet. And I mean, these cards are coming up for a reason, right? There's a reason why in your head, right? Mental energy, why your head is still wrapped up in this project, in this career, in this task. There's probably a valuable lesson in it, right? A lesson of how to move forward, essentially, right? And I mean, that is what the Chariot is. The Chariot is ultimately a card of victory. So for those who are just like, oh my God, like, I don't want to hear this message. I don't want to get involved in this partnership again. Like, you know, maybe you burned a bridge, right? The Fire King. This is saying that there's a victory, or there's I'll say a potential victory to restore order. Okay. That's going to be really key for you guys. So what is the help available to you? The Innocent. All right. So the Fool, right? The Fool's journey, a brand new start, a brand new beginning. It's taking this anarchy and chaos and going back to the drawing board. I don't know why, but this looks like a teacher to me. This could be like a teacher in a classroom with like kids running amok, kids going crazy. It could be something like a daycare. Maybe some of you just opened a daycare. This could even be like babysitting for kids, and there's like children from hell, and you're just like, I don't ever want to do this again. But it's like, yeah, that could be. It's like there's that person calling out to you like, I'm so sorry to ask, Karen, but I need you to watch the kids again. And you're just like, you don't want to, but it's like you're being asked by spirit, by universe, to like raise your vibe. And there's something about being very humble and yeah, it's like not stubborn. It's like let your guard down and do the right thing. Do the right thing, Leo. All right, the Innocent, starting anew, clean slate. It's almost like these people look to you as the leader. So whether or not you are, right? Even if you're in a position at work where you are not, if you are not in a position of power, there is something about you where you demonstrate really good leadership skills. And I'm just getting people will fall in suit. People are going to follow your word or your actions. People are going to be inspired by the way you do things because it's very different and innovative and very, it's just like it's magnetizing. The way you do something or the suggestion you offer to help fix this anarchy or this situation, it allows for calm waters again. It sets people on the proper course of action, on their proper path. And interesting, it's almost like then you can pack your bags and leave. There's this weird like Mary Poppins metaphor. It's like she needs to come visit and take care of the Banks children, right? If you've seen the movie Mary Poppins. Because it's like the family is out of whack, right? The mother's off doing her like crazy 1920s women's lib thing, which is awesome. I love that. The father is like this stone cold, very serious working man at the bank, doesn't have time for his children. And the children are just kind of like floundering at the sides like, what do we do? Where are our parents? And it's like, that's the chaos and the anarchy. Metaphorically, it's like fixing the Banks family, right? You come in as Mary Poppins and like, work your magic, right? You zap some things and put them in the drawer and, a spoonful of sugar. Love, right? A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. There's something to that. That movie is coming up for a reason. It's almost like somebody doesn't like the taste of the medicine, so you have to make it sweeter. Especially if you are in a power position and you have to lay down the law, you have to lay down the rules, people aren't making their quota and you have to come down on the team. There's a way you could do it where it leaves people feeling like this, or there's a way you could do it where it leaves people feeling like this, empowered, motivated. It's like Leo is their leader. Leo is the team member saying, guys, we didn't meet our quota last month, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to fix it. And this is how. And like, there's a chance for a brand new start where people are going to fall in line with you. People are going to listen to you. And yeah, it's like, something about your spoken word is going to be very important, and also your action. It's not just telling them how to do it, it's showing them. It's leading by example. And again, it's almost like a guaranteed victory. Oh, and isn't there that scene in Mary Poppins too where the kids go off the carousel and it turns into like a Disney cartoon? I'm not going to go any more into that, but there's a reason why that movie's coming up, so maybe that means something to someone out there. Maybe the name Mary does, right? Maybe you work at a bank, right? There's symbolism in these messages, so again, take it if it resonates. So the Fool also leading into the King of Air. So two cards of Aquarius. This can also be a card of Aries, but it is also Aquarius. Yeah, it's using your power in a good way. Are you a good witch or a bad witch, right? Mary Poppins is a good witch. It's like, yeah, she comes in and it's about restoring order and truth and justice. And again, data, facts, and figures, using the intellect to bring peace to the situation so that you can move on. So that there isn't this weird, unsettled feeling, mental baggage, emotional baggage, people who are hurt, people who've been let go. You're needing to come in and like right the wrongs, to be very like just and noble and deliver messages with clarity, but with action too. The Fool is a card of forward movement, progression, action, the same way the Chariot is. So this fell off the table. The underlying energy for that is the Ace of Swords. So yeah, two cards that are like basically saying the same thing, new beginnings. There's a new innovative idea that is going to help set people straight, that's going to help the team or help the work dynamic. This could even be a relationship, right? I mean, I'm reading for work and career, but yeah, I mean, this could be a romantic relationship, sure. We need to restore the harmony and the balance, I do want to say, within the group. I hope that lands for you guys. Something about packing a lot of punch and gusto. I don't know if you work in some sort of career where you have to like market and sell yourself, and it's something about like the flexing of the muscle. You need to come in with great strength. And that's sort of what I was getting at here, like clarity of the vision that's going to help fix this. It may even have to do with like contracts or the written word. It needs to be made very clear. And something about integrity. The integrity of what's being written, the truth. Yeah, like nothing shady about it. I know that's kind of an unusual message, but yeah, something about stealing, or maybe that's why somebody was let go of the company. Maybe they were accused of like stealing or doing something kind of shady, because the fox is presenting here. Yeah, like lurking and yeah, doing things without a good intention. That shit needs to be cut out. I mean, you do have swords coming through, so maybe this will involve letting somebody go on the team, right? It's possible. But here's the thing, I'm not worried to tell you that message because it's coming up in the help. This could be setting somebody loose if they're not there to help the team, but it could also be rallying the team and like something about unity. The one, it's like, let's all join forces, let's all join hands, as cheesy as that sounds, but it's like, we're gonna fight and do this together. It's like you got yourself into some sort of messy situation and it's like a fight to get yourselves out, but there's unity, there's a coming together where again, it's like, they're gonna follow your lead, but you guys are gonna do it together. You're gonna fight for each other, you're gonna back each other. It's actually a really cool message. It's very like Wonder Woman, empowering, like, we got this team, like, let's do this. You may work in again, something about the written word. You may work for a newspaper or some sort of like online journal, or I don't know, maybe you are in a band and you write lyrics or poetry, or you're writing a book. There's a million different things, but I think you get what I'm getting at. Just because of so much of air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that may be a strong player on your team here, or again, something about the thought, the intellect, the mind, the communication of it all. What is your advice or guidance, Leo? The Five of Water. Oh, it's the total eclipse of the heart. So you have two fives. Ugh, fives are tricky, aren't they, guys? They're not fun energies. Similar. It's something about in the past, you can't tear your thoughts away from how to reconcile, how to repair this, how to fix it. With this, it's like you're so stuck on the past of these spilled cups, these spilled emotions, the lack of love that somebody was not shown. You're missing out on really beautiful opportunities that are going to offer joy and fulfillment and happiness. And I will say, in a career spread, this may involve like a business partnership. that could be like very financially beneficial, especially in, again, finance and career tarot. I can see cups as indicative of money flow. We see the riverbank, right? The money is flowing. Here it's like there may have been some sort of financial upset, potentially involving a team of 3 people. It doesn't have to be. It's also symbolically like that 3 of Swords, right? We said the 3 of Swords are at his feet. Heartbreak, sorrow, depression, even like anxiety about working with certain people. There's been tempers, there's been arguments, there's been hurt feelings. It's time to like bridge the gap and get over it so that you can like capitalize on really good opportunities that are right there in front of you. Again, something about a business partnership. There's 2 people in particular, Leo, and I think you're one of them, that is going to be like extremely helpful to get things, again, back up and running. The Fool's Journey, a brand new start. It's a fresh start. No mental, emotional, or physical baggage. Let's just go and do this. Let's fight for what we believe in, right? Maybe some of you work for like criminal justice, or I don't know, like fighting for those in need, fighting for those who haven't had good opportunities in life. It could be something about like, yeah, working with like even like lower income families, something like that. But yeah, it's like there's definitely some reparation that needs to take place because someone's feeling like left out or trampled on or misunderstood even, right? Yeah, Leo, people are looking to you to like get the team back together, right? I mean, your card came up for a reason. The King of Wands, the King of Career, fire suit, right? It's dynamic, it's attractive, it's unstoppable, right? You can't tame the wildfire, right? You got to let that creativity out, right? Wands are frequently jobs involving creativity. All right, so underlying energy for this 5 of Water is the 6 of Cups reversed. All right. Interesting that it came out in the reverse. I mean, they're in alignment though, aren't they? You go from the 5 to the 6. So in the upright, let's talk about that. 6 of Cups is the card of the past, nostalgia. In the reverse, it's almost like you look at what's been done in the past and you don't view it as cute. It doesn't bring you peace and that like mushy gushy warm feeling when you think about the actions or words that were spoken in the past, particularly among the group dynamic. You're not terribly sentimental about these people, Leo. It's almost like you feel like you're better off without them. Maybe you're going to fire somebody, especially if you are in charge. I don't know. But I would hesitate on that. Ultimately, because these cards are coming up for a reason. What do you need to look at through the lens of love? Again, you're being asked to raise your vibration and like I hate to say it, but it's kind of like a take one for the team. You may not love working with these people, but if you're in a situation, it's like making the best of it. And again, maybe you can sever ways later on. Maybe you can give your resignation after you make it through this last little like upheaval or difficult situation, right? I don't think you like these people. I don't think you're terribly nostalgic or excited to work with them, and maybe that's why this is coming up. But it is ultimately a card of returning to the past, returning to the people, right? And restoring the love. Again, like offering flowers. This could mean offering an apology. Sometimes it's a card of offering an apology like to ourselves for our past mistakes, and maybe that's why this is coming up. So, I'm not throwing shade, Leo. You know what you did or did not do, right? Maybe you stand very like firm in your beliefs and what you did, but that also could be why this is coming up. It's like you're turning your head to the truth. This is the sword of truth, right? It's like, are you being honest with yourself about the actions you took, about what you said, about what you did? There may be a need for you to, it's like brush off the ego, brush the chip off your shoulder and come down and like work with the people, right? Don't be all high and mighty up on your high horse, up on your throne, right? There may be a little bit of ego here, and this is asking you to like mingle with the people, get in there and get your hands dirty. And maybe it's as simple as, it could be offering an apology, but it also has to do with like the embarrassment or the shame, or it's admitting that you're wrong is what I'm getting at here. And again, that's not going to be for everybody, but this message is coming up for a reason. So, I mean, take it if it resonates. The idea of forgiving yourself and letting yourself off the hook too. If you made some sort of mistake, you don't need to keep reliving that in your head over and over and over again. That might be why this is coming up too. It's like you just can't let it go. So if that's the case, let's fix it. And you know what actually is really cool about this? You have the 5 of Swords, right? What we need to move on from this is to get to the 6 of Swords. So it's almost like that's why this is coming in, the 5 to the 6. The 6 of Swords is all about understanding the situation, taking all the valuable insight and lessons that we've learned so far in our journey so that we can pack those lessons on our ship and sail on. Move on, right? Leave this anarchy and chaos behind. But the thing is, you're not really leaving the anarchy and chaos behind. It's like you've won something. You've gained something by actually like getting your hands dirty into this mess and figuring out how to make it work. It's not that you have to stay there forever, Leo, but it's something about the ability to come in and like kick ass and feel like you accomplished something at the end of the day. Then it's like that's going to set you free. Then you're going to have more options, more doors are going to open for you. There's going to be more avenues and pathways ultimately for happiness, right? I mean, 6 is a nice balanced number. The cups again, love, happiness, joy, fulfillment. We have to get past the upset, the little hiccups, the things that didn't work out, and capitalize again on these opportunities that are within reach, within your grasp, of again money flow, for money to be good and also to restore broken relationships. Restore the broken relationships. There's balance here. There's a balance of love, and there's a balance of like good energy being brought into the project, or some sort of like collaboration. That's the word I was looking for. All right, interesting. So bottom of your deck is Ace of Pentacles. Again, we have a lot of kind of aces and new beginnings here. How do we get this seed to grow properly this time, right? The seed to the flower, the acorn to the oak tree. Again, the pot of gold. So for those who are struggling with money right now, you need to go back to the drawing board and examine what can be done better. It's not running away from your problems. That's what these cards are coming up for. Both of these have to do with reconciling the past before you can move on and find, like, again, smooth sailing, clear waters. There's something about the past that needs to be revisited, probably in Scorpio season, because that's exactly what Scorpio season is all about. You know, looking in on what can be released, what needs to be fixed so that we can finally let it go and move on. If you want to move on with clarity, with excitement, again, no baggage, it's like going back to this seed and getting the ingredients right this time, right? A little bit of sunlight, a little more water, a little bit of love, right? A little bit of passion. I just heard that song, what is it? Put a little love in your heart. It's at the end of Scrooge with Bill Murray. What is that? Oh, it's Annie Lennox and is it Al Green? I don't know. I get messages with music a lot. Put a little love in your heart, Leo. Let's get the ingredients right so that we can capitalize on the seed, make it grow, and it's beneficial for the team, right? Everybody wins. There are those little gnomes like following you, Leo. It's like you're the leader. You're the warrior, right? You're Braveheart. You are the one like leading the charge of like, where's my king? Here we are. We're going to go this way, team. It's like they're following you. How I said that here. It's like you're the trailblazer. You're cutting the path and the team is going to follow you as almost like the word of God. So make sure what you're spitting out is rooted in love, but also that it's just and that there's like truth and clarity behind it this time when you go at it to like fix whatever couldn't grow before. All right, guys, let's throw one of these on it, a couple of these. What are these called? I always forget. They are called Life Purpose Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. I love these cards. They're brand new to me, but they've been really cool in my reading so far. That one wanted to come out. This one wants to come out too. Anything else? So this might help some of you find clarity if that's what you're seeking. All right, let's see what came out for my Leos. Speaker, your life purpose involves your skills of oration. Did I say that right? Oration? Yeah. Speaking the truth, right? Giving speeches, convincing the team. Again, something about words and writing is very, very prominent in this reading with all the sword energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Talk to your angels. Instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. Yeah, absolutely. How do I fix this? Meditate on it, right? Channel some messages from spirit. They're going to guide you in the right direction. Last but not least, yoga. Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching, and exercising. And meditation, right? That kind of falls in suit. But aligning the chakras, right? Raising your vibe so that like you're vibrating love. What you're putting out into the world, that's what you're going to get back. So put in some golden ideas, right? Put in some love and some golden opportunities. Not just for you, for your team, because again, the universe will match you with that. All right, Leo, that's what I got for you. I hope that helped. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what resonates for you, and I will see you very soon for more tarot readings.